Was that the intro?
Hello, everybody, and welcome
to
LightShare.
Boy. Let's go. Let's go. Welcome to the celebration type of episode.
Boom, 100 subs special.
We don't have those sound effects.
We don't have those. Yeah, we need one of those. You know?
Yeah, we need
those. That's the
sound effect
200 subs goal. So that's
maybe for the 10,000, which is going to be pretty soon, hopefully.
yeah. I mean, like I give it like
the first
a
week.
month. And,
Yeah. Let's make it 1 million. You know what? Let's make it 1 million subscribers. No, but seriously, we're super happy to announce that we've just reached like 100 subscribers on our channel, and we're so thankful, and so we appreciate all your support. And it's been an interesting journey, man. It's been a really interesting journey, and I would like to talk about that a little bit, you know, because when we started this, it's not like we started with that kind of goal in mind of like, okay, we're going to do this YouTube channel, but what number of subscribers are we aiming for? It's like, you don't think about that. You just, you know, we just started to do this because we wanted to share our knowledge, you know, our experiences, our thoughts, to just have conversations. And it was so much fun when we started to invite people over, actually, when we started to bring in some interesting guests with unique stories to talk about their journeys as well and share their light. Yes, because this is LightShare. But you know, it's really, really a cool thing, you know. Like I never thought about it. Like when we got to 100 subscribers, for some reason it's like a special number, right? It's like you didn't care as much when we were 97 or when we were like 52. Right? Why 100?
PS5.
I guess it's like a milestone. It's like a step, you know?
And it seems like because it's a round number and it's like a percentile of what great channels have, you were like, oh, we're getting closer. And like, this is like 1 unit of measurement, you know?
Yeah.
And then you move ahead. But to be completely honest, I still don't have like extremely big expectations. I still enjoy just the talks, and to me, talking with those guests, it was like, it would be as good if it was offline or online. I'm just glad that we can share those experiences with other people, you know? Like that's
that's why we started this, right?
Yeah.
There's no pressure to like put the spotlight on the guests either. It's kind of just a free flow sort of convo.
No pressure.
I think everyone has a good time.
Yeah.
No script.
Which differentiates us, right, from other podcasts, I think that's one of the big pluses that I saw, like comparing us to other people, is that like, because there are 3 of us, it's hard to focus only on one people and that experience, because well, everybody wants to talk a little bit and interject and like share their own experiences.
Yeah.
So it's less of an interview format, which we always wanted it to be. So like
exactly. Like, actually, I do respect, I mean, we have to do that as well sometimes, right? Like, to imagine you bring someone you've been looking up to, knowing more about a specific part of their journey, right? So you come up with some, how do you say this, like predefined questions, like, I need to ask them this, I need to ask her that, you know, I need to make sure I say this during the interview or the podcast or whatever. But most of the time, we just go into this with like literally, we just asked ourselves a few minutes ago, do you guys have any topics you wanna, you know, no, dude, we're just gonna chill for a little bit and talk about this.
janky.
Yeah, like no script, no nothing, just pure natural conversations. I think it's the best way. Come on, like you gotta give it that. It's the best way. It's the most natural and most transparent way, I would say, you know.
And because like, okay, go ahead.
What are you saying? I was just gonna say it brings out our authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. And because like I guess we don't agree on everything that we need to ask, so it's like I might have a question for a guest that you guys don't, so that can steer away the conversation like to very different directions, and I guess keep it interesting, like for both us and the viewers.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, man.
It's a weird.
It's, I don't know, man. I'm just so happy to be part of something like this, you know. And yeah, I don't know. I've been I mean, we've all been thinking about many things, you know, like we all have so many people in mind. It's not like you think of like a schedule or something like, okay, we're going to do this many videos in this amount of time, and each video has to last for, it's like, it's not that blocky, right? That's what's, I mean, why are you laughing, dude? That's
I'm laughing because like it's how I think I take those personal projects that we talk so much. You know, it's like it's very little planning. Like almost no planning at all, and like
It's the best part.
why anything that like I would do with other people in the sense like of a bigger project, because I think LightShare at the end of the day it's a conjoined project of the three of us, even though we don't have like big expectations out of the start. It's like we are building this thing and we are not quite sure of what it is or where it will lead. We are just sure that like, okay, we enjoy doing this and let's see where it takes. And if we can make it like bigger and greater than it is right now, we'll do that. But
exactly, it's inevitable. Like the more it grows, the more you see it growing, you have to kind of start, how should I say this, like taking the wheel, right? Like controlling this thing. Like you can't be constantly in the blue sky phase forever, right? There's going to be a point where you have to decide the direction. So
I like this analogy actually.
I think if we have like too many expectations of it has to be this certain way or it has to be like that, then I think that's what sucks the joy out of making this in the first place. And everything's like so strict and in order. Like, I don't
expectation.
I don't think that's good for our channel.
Comparison, all that stuff. I mean, we all see like so many other channels out there that we see are thriving and they're like amassing such amount of subscribers that we're so envious about it and stuff. But it's like, dude, that's not us, right? Like we're going to get there at some point as well. But I mean, they are they, and we are, you know, it's like we have our own, I'm not going to say way, but we have our own circumstances. This is what makes us. Like, yeah, exactly.
This is LightShare brand.
And it's very different than something like would be if any of us would do something alone. You know, I think that's what makes it cool as well. Because like you have your own channel, Adrian, which by the way is awesome if anyone is watching.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Subscribe.
But like that's a different thing, you know. Like this is of course that you bring your personality here, but over there is just like you and what you create. And like if I had my own channel, it would be what I created. But when we are here, you know, it's like the Megazord of the
I like that.
You know, it's like separated. We have our own powers, but like when coming together, it's like
it's more for time.
Damn,
dude,
the memories, bro.
Go LightShare.
dude. I had like when I was a kid, I would make myself like, I remember I drew like a crappy type of T-Rex drawing, you know, and I put it like on a belt that was for my mom or something because it was like one of those belts that has like this big circle, right? So it fit perfectly there, and I would like, I did that with so many other cartoons actually on TV. I would kind of be the hero, you know, like as a kid, I would be so much all over the place with all those superheroes on TV and stuff like that. But listen, because this is something, I don't want to spoil it, but this is something I kind of talked about with Josh. You know, I made this episode. It's like an interview episode with Josh from Embodied Josh. I'm not sure when the episode is coming out, but we kind of went a little bit over like my journey as an artist, and I just wanted to say that right here because that was like big part of it, like watching those cartoons on TV and stuff like that. It's what influences you at the end of the day, you know, your environment and the stuff that takes your attention, you know. And now that you mentioned the Power Rangers thing, I just got catapulted back into the memories of it, man. It was so cool. Like I think it was like when we started sharing, you know, pictures from there was this bug guy, you know, with the red eyes and that bug costume, like it was green and it had like a motorbike. Bug Rider, I think it was the name. I'm
I
not
never
sure.
saw that cartoon. So.
I don't know. It's just an example. Okay, there were so many others that I was in love with, but yeah, it's just so curious, right, to see where each of us come from. It's like to be able to perceive the journey of each of us independently and how we all come into like we've been brought here to the same place. It's almost like the same virtual room, if you want, right?
And I find it
like
so weird
fate.
that, like, yeah, and we are from like such different places, like it's so like far away for each of
On
us.
the other side of the world.
Like you
We
identify the
happen.
most with someone who's not there. Like that.
Yeah.
That's so weird, man.
It's crazy how, even though we're all far away, we can still make some sort of thing like this to, come alive. Whereas, like, if we were all in the same spot, I mean, it could happen, but like the fact that we're still able to do it like this, it's like, pretty cool.
Sometimes we kind of take it for granted, like when you have everything, you don't. It's like it's hard to see the value in things when you that saying that when they take it away from you, that's when you want it. So yeah, I don't know. I guess struggle has a meaning in all of that, because when you experience the lack of something and you suddenly have it, it's like you value it way more. That's the way I see it, and yeah. I don't even know where I'm going with this. It's just something I wanted to say. Anyway.
And that's why we value each and every single one of the 100 subs that we have. So
absolutely, this guy knows.
I knew you were going there.
Okay,
I mean, like,
Andrea, you're on the marketing team. Okay, from now on.
You're the social media manager.
Yeah, officially.
I mean, look at my Instagram compared to yours, Dom. I think I'll leave that to you. You're all cool.
Dude, by the way, that last post that you released, the one with the notes on composition,
awesome thing, yeah.
Really cool, man.
Thanks, guys.
Really dope idea.
Yeah, freaking John commented on it.
Oh yeah, I didn't see it. Damn, dude, that's so cool, man. To be getting this kind of being noticed.
That's the other thing too. It's like, like all of us are getting these offers. Like you, Andre, senior concept artist, Gadgewat, congrats again.
Thanks,
like
bro.
me,
absolutely.
This route, brainstorm maybe, and then Adrian, you're working on all these cool projects. That
I'm kind of busy right now.
Yeah, but still, like we're getting all these opportunities, and then we're coming back again full circle to like regroup. It's cool.
Yeah, we kind of have to pinch ourselves, right? Like, yo, guys, I got this incredible opportunity. Like, it's like, is this real? Is this actually happening? And it's so weird, man. Because it's not even like that long ago that we were just like, I mean,
dude,
I don't
it was
want
last
to say
summer,
like,
right?
Yeah,
when did we
I don't want to say
this?
like lost, but I was pretty lost, like when we started this whole thing. And it's like, I'm glad that things are happening. And
these are the stories I like, man. When I remember you from like in those times when you were like, yeah, well, I just got this gig. Let's see what this is, let's see how it goes and stuff like that. Maybe I'll get this other gig. I'm not sure because I like a little bit of everything, but specifically this, but I'm not sure if this is the right thing and stuff like that. Now look at you, right? It's like a few months after, boom. So yeah, I like these kind of stories, man, when you can see the progress, I guess. And that's maybe what's cool of all these people that share their paths, I guess, all these steps they've been through. Because most of the time, like if people come to your page now and they start following you now, they just take it for granted, like, hey, this Andre guy is pretty good, man. Like, yeah. And they never think about a few months ago, a few years ago. Yeah. Sometimes you go look at their other pictures, older drawings and stuff, if they have them. you usually I don't know, I don't find much of them because they kind of remove them. I haven't removed them. You know,
I
they're
haven't
still
removed any.
because my Instagram, it depends, I guess, the way you treat your Instagram, right? Some people take it as a portfolio type of thing, so they keep it clean and nice and only the best work. I tend to do that with my ArtStation, and I keep Instagram for exactly the same things as you guys, like more sketches, more whips, you know, work in progress kind of stuff. But yeah, I think that's always valuable for people to be able to track.
I keep it as like a reminder, you know, like
exactly.
This, like, never forget that you were this guy.
Well
like,
said. Well said.
I was drawing like this shitty stuff.
That's stuff's on my DeviantArt.
Yeah.
I recently watched a talk like that Maciej Kuchara has on ArtStation Learning, and he shared some of his like old drawings.
Is it new?
And dude,
haven't seen it.
I'm not sure if it's new. Like it's from THU. Like it's one of those talks that they shared over there, and it's pretty much the same thing, man. It's like 2000, I don't know, 11 or something like that. No, 2001, I think, because he started like very early. And those drawings are so shitty. Like it's not bashing on him, you know. Like I was just starting out, but it's the same.
But you can see where he started,
and it's so
right?
bumpy, man. Like it's nothing is linear, you know. That's what's cool. Like you are not on a sailing path like linearly. You're just like, you know, but always moving up. But like
exactly. Yeah, you can see the progress. So that's what's cool about it. The cool, whole evolution journey.
Yeah, man. And I got like, I told you guys, right, that one guy that came to me and said, hey, when I saw like you drawing, it kind of inspired me because I mean, I was starting out, but because I was bad, another person looked at it and it was like, okay, like if he can do it and he's sharing, like I'll start too. And I think that's the spirit, right? To see people creating and be inspired to create as well and to
absolutely
put things out
and
there.
You got to be careful about that because it can go very wrong. It can lead to that comparison kind of thing, right? Where it's like, man, if this guy became so good, because you tend to look at the dates, you tend to look at the time, right? So this was in 2011. Oh my God, by 2012 he was already this good. How could he improve this fast? You know, you don't know their story, like their real story. Maybe that was something they posted way long ago, you know, and they reposted it again in 2011 or something. You don't know that, right? All you see is the metadata of the files and stuff. Like, I don't know how to describe this, but it's like, the date of the post per se. And anyway, if you constantly compare yourself to other people, I'm just speaking about this from, you know, my own experience, because I've done that. I was like, why are they so good, you know, and they're so young, and I'm, look at me, you know, I'm not as good, and I've been into this for way longer. Look, there's that kind of thing they say, right? Hard work and smart work. Well, I guess they did the smart work and the hard work thing. You know, both of them. Because it does
smart and hard.
Dude, that's super hard. Because how do you know exactly which keys to press all the time? You know, not wasting time pressing the wrong ones. You know, this is just a metaphor. Like the keys with like steps you take. Like that's why so many people come to you and ask you like, hey, I'm just starting out. Which things do I have to learn? You know, because they want to know exactly the ones and skip the other, like the noise, I guess, you know. But it's like, what does that mean? What's the noise to you, right? How do you know? How do you know which things you have to learn and which things not? You have to find out. I think this is a journey of discovery, of exploration at the end of the day.
You know, that's weird about art itself, you know, because it's very subjective.
There's no guidebook.
Like, on a regular working field, I don't know, maybe engineering or something like that, there's some clear don't do's, you know, or some clear don'ts.
Formulas like, and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, and you have like a guiding path, at least for your first years. So then you know the work, and after you got out of it, you have to learn like how to apply what you've learned. But at least what you've learned is kind of defined, and you have like a strategy, I think.
Yeah.
And it's less uncertain, I think, in the beginning. But art, it's so like we are also like afraid of saying, hey, do this and don't do that, because it might be that for that person, that thing that it didn't work for you can work for them.
Exactly.
And you don't want to like influence them to be like you, because you know the mistakes that you've made, and you're like the one that was with yourself every time that you stepped off the line.
Yeah.
And
It's funny because I can't help it but to think of parents that do that to their kids, right? Like, don't go the same way I did because it went wrong, right? And sometimes the kids don't care. They go that route too.
Yeah, sometimes it works out.
They thrive and they succeed at that. The same thing their parents failed at. So
yeah,
who's wrong, right? Or who's right here? It's a matter of perspective, right?
I did have that sort of incident with my family before, you know, like them not wanting me to go into art because they think that, you know, you can't really get anything out of that. And now I'm here. So it's like,
prove them wrong.
yeah, well, it's not meant to like prove them wrong to that sort of respect, but you know, it's just, I just wish they would see,
interested in this,
that like it could work, you know, being supportive, I think, of your kids.
I mean, I could have asked for more support, but at the same time, they were not like completely against it, in the sense that like I was fighting every step of the way. So I can understand the worry, you know. At the end of the day, they just want you to be successful or have a good life and like not suffer, you know. I think that's
you. They want to protect you.
The biggest part is
the best
like,
way they can. Yeah.
not suffering. I think that's what they want, and it's hard for them to see our career, especially being like as bumpy as we just talked about, and as insecure and unstable as it is. It must be hard to watch someone that you love so much be on a path that is like not paved yet, like not completely certain, I think.
Yeah, this just reminds me of that law of increasing awesomeness from Shadi Safadi. Have you guys seen that video? It's super cool.
It was so long ago that
yeah, it was long ago, but I remember this from it, right? That you can either carve your own path, and like if you want to go fast, you kind of follow people who've already been there, right? You know, people who are way like in front of you, right? And they're like, come on, this way. You know, I've been there. I know the way, right? You either follow them or you decide, nah, I actually want to carve my own path. And you go your own way. That's fine too, but it's going to take longer because you got to you got to figure out like so many things, you know, and face so many struggles that you have no idea how to fix and how to solve those problems. And you got to learn how to do it. But it's so worth it at the end. Yeah, that takes time, right? So it's just that not many people are willing to spend that time because they want something else, right? Yeah, both things are like, fine. It's not like which one is wrong, which one is... It's the one you prefer, man. It's like, it's up to you, right?
Yeah.
Whatever makes you happy.
I feel like in my case, I was like picking up pets of people that were already there and like matching them up in a way that was not quite certain. Like, okay, I don't have this piece of the puzzle is missing, so I'll pave that little bit, but then I'll grab something from other people. And I feel like everyone is like that, you know, like you do pick up stuff along the way, even if you're building your own, and you kind of like, there's a point of no return where, okay, from now on, it's my own thing. But like they carried me, like I was carrying the shoulders of giants, like up to this point. Now let's fly off that. And it kind of reminds me of that scene that you painted, you know, the guy jumping off the cliff, or
man, that piece. It means more than people can see, you know. It has a deep meaning to me. Like it's like diving deep into the unknown, basically. It's like the void, it's like a free fall kind of thing, right? And I hope I capture that into the piece, because that's what I wanted to depict there, like that sense of adrenaline and devotion to you know, it's basically that guy is being like, so confident, like he's just jumping like this is nothing, right? Like I do this every day, because that's what he's meant to do in this story. You know, it's It's a thing he usually does, and you're not meant to do it that way. That's the problem. You don't jump like that. You kind of climb down your way carefully, every rock. And he's like, I know this place, man. Boom. And he flies right off.
Yeah.
He should be the mascot for LightShare. Just have like a silhouette of his shape as our icon. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know.
Yeah, we could
It's
think
like a
about
metaphor
it.
for us going into LightShare too.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like faith, belief, and like confidence at the
confidence.
same time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because
I like it.
I think like when you are actually faithful and you actually believe in something, like there's no space for doubt,
No.
I mean, I'm not sure about you guys, but even though nothing was working out, I was always certain that being an artist was the pathway, like that's never changed. I was never like, okay, there's a second option after I decided that this was the thing.
Yeah.
And that kind of belief, I think
Like you have no other choice.
Yeah, and there's no plan B.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I felt really weird by trying to imagine myself having to do something else. And we have to acknowledge that I've been very fortunate to be in this position, these circumstances that allowed me to pursue this path, to have such a supportive environment, my family, my friends, everybody, and to make this possible, for me to keep exploring this path, to keep going this way. And I just wanted to say that it's also very important to, to be able to take breaks whenever you feel like need them. Because there's such a culture of hustle.
Workaholic.
Yeah, that kind of like wake up at 3 a.m., just go run for like an hour, then go hit the gym, then go do this and do that, and then read 2 books that morning, and then sit through like 16 hours of work, and then when you're done, then you sleep, right? That kind of like, I get it. I know what the message is. It's just that some people might interpret that in the wrong way. They might take it literally by what they say, right? Like,
I feel like the most successful people like don't even spend that much time doing work. Like, they might go to work, but they spend
a
lot
smart.
of time resting too. Yeah.
Like, they work smart. Yeah. They that doesn't mean they don't work hard, right? Because sometimes, instead of like brute force, what you need is like a touch in the exact spot, and it makes all the things fall down, and it's all it takes, right? So but to figure out what that spot is,
it takes a long time, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's similar to like brushwork, because when you start, you do like just bunch of little scratchy brush strokes. And
those
then
hairy kind of lines.
And then like it takes 10,000 hours to make one piece of artwork that doesn't look as good. And then like after you learn a little bit, and you just where to put everything. And I'm not saying that I know where to put it, but you do more. Every action, it's exponentially more impactful to the end of to the outcome. So you just do the right thing,
We've all heard that so many times, like, dude, it was insane. With just a couple strokes, he made like a face, and then he did like the rest of the character, and then, man, it's only like 4 or 5 lines. That's crazy. And it's like, dude, but it took a while to get there, for sure.
Careful execution.
Yeah. And it's even more impressive when they do that, like, in some way that they don't have like the undo button, like traditional or something on paper or whatever.
Kim Jong-gi.
Yeah, for example, it's almost like imagine he has this kind of the UI thing, and he kind of sees lines everywhere, and he's just basically executing. Yeah, he knows where to put everything so precisely. No pencil, no nothing, just the pen, ink, right? Not being able to erase anything. It's just precision, like at its best. That's insane, dude. Like, how can you see that and not be like, wow, bro, that's insane. I mean, when you see people do that, you think that's impossible to do, right? Yet you're seeing it happen. So it's not impossible. It's just that
it's impressive. And it's not only on art, right? every
Who's
top
willing?
performer of the world, you know, like watch Usain
Exactly.
Bolt like running. That's
Yeah.
precise as hell, you know. Watch
Yeah.
like someone dunking a basketball after the 1,000th time that he's doing that. It's
I'm glad
we
you
have
said that.
this
'Cause I
odd
think
feeling of like top-notch human performance that it's
Yeah.
like unbelievable, and you are mesmerized by it, right?
I think we
It's like,
overlook most of these things. Like we take it for granted. Like, yeah, oh yeah, they're just good, you know. For sure they do that. They're just good. You know. You don't pay attention to the hard work, all the dedication, all the struggle, all the stuff they've been through, you know. You always see them succeed and you've never seen them falling down and stuff.
They'll say like, "Oh, it's easy for you to say that, you know, it was easy."
Oh
Or
yeah. Yeah.
or it was
it's talent.
Yeah.
gifted from birth,
Yeah.
something like that.
Dude, I hate when they do that. Even not from, you know, when they say that's I link it very much to athletes, right? Because they also like practice a ton, and someone goes out there and says, "Oh, he's just talented," or "He's just like gifted," and the person spent like his whole childhood, he sacrificed it to be
Yeah.
where he is today, and he was barely a like real child, you know. He didn't play, he didn't do anything,
And he's like,
and
"Am I a
I
joke
just
to
didn't
you?"
see that part of
yeah.
that. Yeah. Reminds me of like those Shaolin kids who just train every day.
Yeah.
They got like ripped abs already. I'm like, what?
Doing those
Yeah.
crazy splits and everything.
Yeah.
It's just insane, man. Yeah. I wish we would be more, you know, not so indifferent towards that kind of stuff. Whenever you see something that impresses you, don't be like, yeah, whatever. They're just good, you know. And I don't know. I wonder if that's something that just happens because of how frequently we're bombarded with that kind of stuff again and again and again. You know, if you surround yourself with that kind of stuff, it might become like a standard for you. Like something normal. Like, of course they're good. Yeah, they're always like that, you know. I don't know. I'm just saying it's really curious how you just don't care sometimes, you know. You're like, yeah. I know the guy. He's really good. But I guess that doesn't mean you haven't been impressed by it the first time you saw it and the second and maybe, you know, a few hundred more times. But there is a point where either you get to close to that level somehow or you've just seen it so many times. It's basically your background image all the time. You're used to it.
And you can see that when people like become couch critics, you know, like those guys watch sports all the time and like they think that they know how to do that play, you know.
They don't do
and they're
anything.
Like, yeah,
they just think they know.
That player is shit and he's like better than anyone you ever met in actual life, you know.
So,
because to be at the professional level, of course, they're like inside of the professional level, there's differences between quality of players, but like everyone on the professional level is so much above the general public that's like not even close. No, if you get the worst player, let's say on soccer, right? The worst soccer player, he's so much better than a regular guy, like the worst professional, right? That is not even comparable. So the person who's watching doesn't associate like, fuck man, like he's good as hell. He's just like not a match that single moment, you know.
You just reminded me of a very interesting video that I watched. It's called "When Artists Turn Pro" or something like that. It's such a good video, man. I'm gonna look for it and maybe we can drop. Yeah, it's really cool. It's like a narrated video, really cool. So I remember it's like at the end of the video, right? It says, "You don't care about the people shouting awful things at you from the what do they call that, like in the arena where they sit, right, from their seats. You don't care about that because you know it's better to be failing on the arena right there in the middle of the fights and everything rather than just watching from the side, right? So
don't cry, dude. So emotional.
Something in my eye.
But yeah, it's basically what you just said about like they like to talk about a lot of stuff without ever practicing any of the stuff they critique. So it's
And
a
if
little
you
bit of
practice enough, you don't have time to like critique other people. I feel like
Exactly. It's almost reminds me of the teachers from many colleges nowadays. They are still stuck in like what they've learned 20 years ago, the same software, the same stuff that is considered old nowadays. There's
It's like the teachers at my school.
Sounds like it, right?
I'll
And I've
not
Still using 3ds
say
Max.
anything about that.
And I've never been there, but I think it can't be that much different from what I've heard over here. Students were just saying that, like, why do they keep making us do that stuff with this program, which is old, and there's many other programs nowadays that do this stuff, these things in a much more easier way. So why do we have to keep sticking to the old stuff, right? Especially when it comes down to 3D and stuff. Because pay attention here, 2D never expires, right? All the old teachings and perspective and all that stuff, it's still here. It's the same thing, the same techniques, the same structures, the same values still works the same way, colors the same way.
And it's crazy how so many people still want to skip over that stuff and just go straight to the 3D stuff,
From a certain point, I can understand
It's flashy, right? Shiny. It's the shiny new toy. So
yeah, but for how should I say this? Like for time reasons, to make it faster and stuff. Like, oh, but my job requires me to do this like way faster. I can't spend time painting everything and stuff like that. Yeah, I get it, right? But I think it's interesting to know the foundations of things, right? Like I know people who were even like researching the way render engines work and stuff like that. It's because of the rays when they bounce off the model at this angle and stuff like that, which makes it different from this other render engine because this works when rays do this and that, blah, blah. And he was telling me about all the technical stuff and how, like, almost scientifical stuff, And I'm like, damn, dude, that's never thought about that, It's just interesting, to get so deep into it, into what you like, into what you do. So, yeah. Also, going back to something I want to say earlier, like take breaks and stuff. Because it's important, guys. Like, don't think it's wrong or anything like that. Just don't stay there forever. You can't be taking breaks forever. It's really healthy to stop for a few minutes before you continue, right? Rather than to just kill yourself in the process and not be able to do anything tomorrow or stuff like that.
Yeah.
In fact, I've been doing just that lately. I've been taking some time off, watching some movies, playing some games, and bro, I can't explain how this works. I just know what it feels like because I'm more motivated than ever with everything, with Heavenurian, with the stories. I've been sketching characters, I've been writing stuff.
I was playing golf a couple of days ago with my friend.
Oh, I saw it, dude. That's so cool.
That's so cool. Fun.
Never played golf.
Yeah. He was teaching me that day, and it was a
nice
good time to
bro.
just get out the side. Yeah, I almost like tossed the golf club like to the other side.
But I feel like
what?
No, go ahead.
I was just hitting golf balls like left and right. It wasn't even straight until the.
So what we saw was the peak of all that learning process. Like that was the best shot, because this is exactly the effect we were talking about. Like people only get to see the best, right? They never see the failures and all those. Yeah, that's cool, man. I never tried golf, but maybe one day.
It's fun.
When we retire and we we get all the time.
Okay, so one day we have to play golf together. Okay, the three of us.
Oh,
Once
man.
at least.
Imagine.
Dom will
I'm
just
down.
like
down.
slay us in the golf
Yeah.
field.
Dom's gonna be like, when the last time I did this, I think it was like this.
Then just like hit every single one, and we'll be like destroyed after.
Oh man.
No, I feel like that's one of the main motivations for me to actually become quicker at painting and designing. You know, the fact that I want to spend the most amount of time getting inspired, and then like when it comes to producing, boom, quick, boom, piece after piece, and like being ready so I can like
I feel
spend
really
the time.
Yeah, really unpredictable in that sense, you know. I'd like to be more like to be faster and stuff. But it's like sometimes I instantly come up with something that turns into a nice painting that I'm super proud of. And sometimes it's like, man, I'm so slow. It's like, why did it work the other time? You know, it's almost like, I don't know. And of course, regarding work and stuff, that's dangerous because it's like clients want to know exactly how long does this take you to, you know, to do it.
Yeah.
And
I think
at which kind of level of quality can you bring it? They want to know exactly that. That's why I think it's really important to know yourself in that sense. And personal projects are a great way to learn that.
Yeah.
Challenges are another great way to learn that. You know, like the ones they do on ArtStation and stuff like that.
And learning like new techniques, I think that's that makes you fat. I mean,
They
you
really
still
push
need
you.
to know everything basic. You know, that's why I don't want to push the idea of new techniques that much. But the idea for me is like client work. There's no barriers. Do whatever it is that you must. You know, to
Yeah.
achieve what you need, and like
To get it done.
as fast as you can, get it done as quick
Yeah.
as you can.
Make
the
'em
best
happy.
quality possible. Yeah.
Then
And,
when you work on your personal stuff, you can explore.
On my personal project, I'm like
Just do
doing the
whatever the
same
heck you want.
screw like 100 times to make it perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, you guys remember that comment that guy left on the Proco vid?
Yeah.
The purest guy.
This is not real art. Oh, he's
I hate
using
that kind of-
photos?
Yeah. Then that comes like to an end when you ask like, do you make your own paper and your pencil? Was it you that made it? No.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll end my argument there.
How
See you
about
later.
the atoms and the
Yeah.
molecules? Do you do those yourself as well? Yeah,
It's like,
I guess.
I can do it. It's just I don't need to make a point to prove to him that I could do it. You know?
You could
There's no
totally
point.
do that, man. But look, what's the point exactly? Like, what if I have to do 10 of these things this week, right? Can you paint by hand everything? Is that something your client requires? No, it actually doesn't matter, you know. Then what's holding you back, you know?
I
Like,
think he just wants to show off that he has that skill
yeah.
to do it from scratch.
But I keep
Just
thinking
like-
If
that
you wanted
whenever
to show that off, you would be
BS.
posting instead of commenting. You know?
I keep thinking that whenever people
Yeah.
bring that stuff up, you know, it's almost like it feels like they're projecting certain insecurities or lack of something, you know, like, why do you do it that way? You know, you have to do it this way. I can't either. So I need to make you look like bad, you know, and stuff. Like,
I need to knock you down
yeah.
and
It almost-
expose you.
It almost feels like that. Maybe this is not the case, but you never know.
Yeah.
It feels to me like it's someone who's like, I cannot reach your level, so I'll try to make you come down to mine. And
Yeah.
that simply doesn't happen. You know?
Yeah.
That's not how it works. You either like rise to the occasion and like go to the other person's level, or you like live alone, like paralyzed in your own like biases and wrong opinions. And yeah.
By the way, congrats
think-
again for the episode, Dom. That was super
Oh.
dope, man.
That
Thanks.
was awesome. Yeah, actually.
Thanks, bros.
That was so cool to
I
see
can't
on
wait for your
Proco, man.
guys' episodes.
I have no idea, man.
It's
I
gonna
don't
happen.
even know. Like, we keep thinking the same thing, I guess. Like, yeah, but what could I bring? You know, I don't know what to do. Blah blah. I don't know.
Well,
it would be dope though.
I think
that's the good thing of only doing spaceships. You know, there's not much else to do.
just
You have
make
a point there.
dope ass spaceships. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, I've been drawing spaceships my whole life. Let's see, what can I offer?
Yeah, what can I do? I wonder.
There's no other option.
Yeah. Yeah.
Craftsmanship.
But again, it's
Line
almost
quality.
like what we were talking about in the very beginning, like achievements, you know, like milestones. Like Dom has made an episode on Proco. Bro, how awesome does that sound, right? And it's been a few things, right?
It's pretty unreal.
Yeah, there's a few things that have happened since we started this. It took us like, not sure if 6 or 7 episodes to start bringing people in, you know, guests and stuff. And
the fact that we kept it consistent, like even though it wasn't every single week,
yeah,
we still
that's
made
what
an
I was
effort
talking
to
about.
do it.
We aim for like a weekly type of schedule, you know, like an episode each week and stuff. If that's not possible, we know this is kind of like we're a family, right? It's like, yeah, I get it, bro. No worries. Like next week, maybe. Okay. And it's like, no, but next week I can't. You know, it's like, okay, then whatever week, you know, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Maybe in between during the week, you know, we always, just like right now, like this episode, we're like against the clock right now.
I just said that, man.
Yeah. we are like we were just deciding when to start this very episode because we booked it for actually right now. This is the time we were supposed to start the episode. And for some reason, hey guys, I can do it earlier. Okay, yeah, that actually fits my schedule a little better. Oh yeah, actually I have to leave, you know, afterwards because I have stuff to do, blah blah blah. So it's not like
we still make
a fixed kind of schedule, but we make time whenever it's possible. So
that's why I don't quite like the excuse of life gets in the way, because like of course life will get in the way. Like you must have predicted that somewhere along the way. It's like that will happen unless like you do something about it, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that like whenever we say that we can't do it, it's because of something good is happening in our lives. You know, it's like I'm busy with this great opportunity, and we get happy for each other. You know, it's like, no worries, man. We can do this one later. Go there and kill it. You know?
Yeah.
It's like,
let's keep it that way.
It's our camaraderie. Yeah.
Yeah.
That we have. It's good, and it also gives us a chance to not push out like crappy content. You know, we actually have time to like make good content, valuable content for people. So we're just like half-assing our episodes, really.
Yeah.
So we're really here, right? We're not, I mean, as much as we are under the clock and like having our kind of deadlines and things like that, we are, okay, as long as I'm here, I'm fully invested in this. And that's what we're doing right now.
Absolutely. Like we're not
shut
doing
off
anything
the
else.
doors and
Yeah, we're not doing, it's not like we're just surfing the internet or sketching or, you know, it's like we're fully dedicated to this very episode right now. Like this conversation, looking at each other, seeing ourselves through the webcam, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's not like we're doing something else on the side, or this is the primary objective, you know, and we dedicate ourselves to this. And that's, I guess it must be reflecting somehow through the episodes. I don't know. And Dom's just trying to fix something under the table.
I'm doing something.
we are all here, and then Dom just like vanishes away.
About that.
So actually,
he's going downstairs. But yeah, it's been a really interesting journey, and I love you guys so much. Also, props to our audience for, you know, keeping us motivated,
putting up with our shit.
Yeah, for enduring this kind of stuff. And I just wanted to say that
Yeah.
I think we're having so much fun with this.
Yeah.
I believe people are watching regardless if they like the episode or not. Like people are looking at it, I feel.
I think there's
Even though we're
something-
not,
Yeah, there's something here. Not that I haven't found out what it is, but I'll keep looking. So that's the thing, right?
I think they're getting to some point right now at this time. Let's keep listening to see if they...
I mean,
And then
they
Adrian
look like-
says, actually, I don't even know where I'm going with this. Yeah. And they're like, oh shit, what's this?
just wait till we pull a hot topic out, then people will
Oh yeah, for sure.
rush in.
I mean, it's a slow build up, you know.
Yeah. I think once we start, making like value posts for people or value talks, like we talk about,
Mhm.
I don't know, composition structure, like in our podcast, or how to
Exactly.
approach values or things, and people
Would
are like,
be
oh,
cool.
that could be useful,
Yeah.
or
Like we've already
and-
said this so many times to think about the possibility of making these things live, right? And kind of interacting with the audience, maybe somewhere in the future. I don't know when exactly, but that would be fun to kind of do these type of episodes with like art critiques, people submitting their artwork, or
oh, that'd be so
just-
cool.
just
that
challenge-
would be awesome.
just
man.
having like
Yeah.
our own challenges, or
Let's
like
critique
LightShare
some
challenge.
art or-
Painting together and all that stuff. I think that could be really cool, man. I'm looking up
That's
to
gonna be
stuff-
fun.
stuff like that.
Yeah, people can. Maybe we can have like a separate channel where we can invite people to just hop in our server if they want to just chat with us.
Absolutely,
Like-
yeah. Discord, the Discord server, we have to use it for everything that's possible.
For
Actually, it's
public-
it's- yeah,
Let's do it.
yeah. So. Yeah, we gotta set it up first to be ready for that kind of stuff, right? Because right now we only have a room for guests that come to our episodes. We have nothing else, but I think it could be great to have like chat rooms and portfolio
I'm so
critique
stoked.
kind of stuff, and challenges, or I don't know, anything. It's like so many possibilities. I'm really excited about this. It's really cool to see this kind of community
be
coming
fun too,
coming
yeah.
together. Yeah, it's gonna be really
Yeah.
cool. So, I guess this
Well,
has
I
been
probably have to go in a bit, but yeah.
yeah. This
Yeah,
has
I
been
the
imagine,
episode.
man. That's why I'm like leaving it hanging a little bit. It's 'cause giving you space.
this has been the 100 subscribers episode,
Yeah.
and we hope you have fun. Any
work
questions
too
or anything,
much.
just let us know in the comments. We always read the comments, and yeah, we're waiting for you. And I don't know what else to say, to be honest.
Thank you
If
for the
guys,
ride, I think.
If you guys want to
you've
finish this,
been enjoying
Thanks
it.
for following
Yeah.
along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to
Yeah.
know that we are not alone. So
yeah,
I appreciate
it's-
that a lot.
It's been a cool ride. So thank you, everybody, and we hope to see you in the next episode. And until then, just stay awesome, keep rocking, and
We needed a motto, right? Just to say at the end of the episode.
I guess I'm just trying not to use mine because I'm so used to them. Every time I finish an episode, I say the same exact thing. So we'll find our brand
It's okay,
for
man.
sure. Don't worry.
We'll find that.
But yeah, guys, thank you so much for everything, and we'll see you in the next episode. See ya. Bye bye.